I do not want to ruin the artwork, so let me begin. We have the body, okay, the straight line over here, one bone all the way down, okay. From the center to the left, we have a leg. From the center to the right, we have a leg. The L is for the leg. The V is for the part of the body right over here. The B is for the eyes. So all I'm doing right now is I'm going to be designing. So let me continue on to design. Inside we have one. What do we have over here? What do we have over here? Is this a brick? Do you remember the big bricks with brick and mortar? Is this where one comes in? Is this where one comes in? Or is this where one comes in? Which one is one? And is it just one down the center here? When I get a block, a single X, this is where my single X goes. This is my 45 degrees. The only 90 angle there is in here is once the above and below. There is no center. The center is the X, and the X are all 45 degrees. The outside is all 90s. Well, it's not me, it's the pen. The extended area over here will show me a corner here, and it's going to show me a straight in between, and that is distance. That is distance. So what does distance count for separation? For the better understanding of numbers, I don't know. We have 11. Now, if I put them both sideways, like let me bring this over here. Let me bring this over here, and we're going to go, boom. Since I have it this way, I'm now going to turn it this way. If I turn it this way, the other way would be 3 and 3 connected. But it's not. It's now this way. So there's two different houses. Which way would I look at it? Which way would I look at it? I'm asking you. And now we have 1881 and the sets of bricks. I'm just going to, the more we draw over the same thing, as boring as it is sometimes, we can't always ask ourselves or tell ourselves, right? Which one is it? Is it the one completion here, or is it now the one standing here? Because I didn't broaden it or separate to show you the two books. So now we have again the question of, when I leave no color, does that mean there's a hole in it? There's a passage in one, or there's a passage in none? You have to tell me. Over here is where that X is. This is the one where we get the 45 degree X, and we get the V corner of 45. Over here, we're going to get, this is the V corner. Over here, we get the L. We get the L overcoming from each other. I get 2 and 1 here. I get 1 and 2 here. And I have an area space here and an area space here open. So what would I call that area space? What would I give it? Like I said, these two area spaces, the juncture would be from here to here. All of a sudden, it shows me an arm on each side, telling me it is now 9/11. The separation of one formation. Separation of one formation. That's all it shows me right over here. So that's the understanding that. This will now tell me 24. This will tell me an angle. It'll tell me the L angle. Sorry, this should be 90. Okay, and this should be 45. And the angle is measured in area space. Area space can be an overlap measurement when you're counting the in-between. You can count the in-between on both sides. Here's your man. You create his arms, his legs. Okay, you create the body. You create the arms, the legs, the body, the head, the neck. Okay, so now if you put that together, arms, body, legs, right? You're starting off with balance, lab, science. You have the next, the N. Okay, I'm not sure where I'm going to go with this. You have the body, the arms, and the legs, and the head. And now we have the head. And this is basically the body. And now we got, if you want, we can now count the fingers. inside of this L half space, we are now going to do this to join to show the half space where the X shows up. Because there's 3 areas over here, in the 3 areas, okay, or in the 2 areas, I can create, I don't want to do it here, but I'm going to do it over here. By creating X, X, and X, okay, I find the center area over here. I find the center area over here. If I would draw X's on the outside over here, I would find that happy line over here showing me X, X, X will show me the space in between, creating the F design, because I have to go over to reach the half. Here I'm online, here I'm offline to reach the half center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. I need to reach the half center at the 3rd block. 9/11 showing me that in between one block is one side and the other side. Whoop, my camera just went down. Now I know this is all hogwash and pokey, but that's what it is. Here's my 11/11. What I would have to do is I would have to turn the book this way, and all of a sudden there's a chance that if I had one ace and all 11s, I may have windows. So this is just one calculation. We can have A this way, or we can have A this way. If we create A this way, we take up 2 blocks. If we take A over here, we create 1 block, 2 blocks, 3 blocks, 4 blocks, 5. It takes 6 blocks. 6 blocks to create A, plus it takes 1, 2 blocks, which are unused for area space, right? If we would duplicate and create this square, okay, I would go up 1, 2, 3, 4 and come down, and this would be the area space for A, unless A is in the center over here, right? I need an automatic of 4 blocks, okay? So if I need an automatic of 4 blocks, I would only create A this way. So if I go below, A is created over here. If I go above, A is created over here, saying that this is my floor, okay, and saying that this is my floor. If I use the bottom, this is my floor. All of a sudden, I now create the T inside A. I put A and A, flat, square, together. I get 38. I get R and R. Have you ever seen what R and R looks like? Here's an I, right? And all we need to do is put a bracket over that I. We have R and R. Or a C to come together, right? You know the way the small r looks, right? It's actually like the old RC. But you put an O over the R and a V, and you have R and R. Anyways, I didn't want to get into that, the railroad track. I didn't want to get into that. So now I got 38. At the same time, if you take a look, I have B that is inside my A, and it is inside the I's, okay? Here is a double A. Are we looking at batteries now? Should I look at batteries? See my A that's in the center, my perfect A over here, and the way the F runs through on each side by putting double A together? Is there a third way to create A? Is there another way to create A? A overlapping A halfway, okay, as a line. Do you see the line, the way it comes over here? Here's my L letter. We come to the first stage of the in-between. F must stop over here, halfway in between, but I need to make it more than 2 because the halfway point, okay, is right here. The halfway point of this one is right over here, showing me where we get the sign of A in this design. Not sure if you can understand. At the same time, let me move the keyboard over, okay? At the same time, I want to understand, where do we pick up B? Okay, should I be continuing these one further on the way down and understand that B will create it over here? Or is B created from the first mark? Is it B created from the first mark? As double A comes together, as A11 comes together? Maybe we're creating C level, because when you create double A, we create the C. When we find a division between it, we then create the E inside of it. We're going to make it more simple. We're going to make it more simple, okay? Let's make it more simple. When we create the A letter and cross it all the way across, right? Is this what A11 is? Two standing up, one upside down? Did I create the B inside of this? Okay, or is my B standing over here? I thought I'd come in here with a video and make it really, really, really good, and I don't think it's as good as I think it is, but understanding how X works, right? That's the first part of my X only gets V, right? So when it's 4 boxes, when my X is 4 boxes, and I get 1 box to create my 1, I have to put 1 over 1. Otherwise, I create X in its spot and 1 single line, and my X, okay, is now showing me I'm using up 9, 11, as over here is the in-between box. Do you understand? The X takes up the whole box, and the 1 is over here. I need to stay on line and between line. I have to follow the lines, okay? If I'm offline, I need an X, and offline here is that X, okay? And the only way to correct it is by putting an X on each side and dragging the line to connect each side, and now we have the 20th century, if you want to look at it that way. Here we have 9/11. Here we have 5 up and 5 down. The spirit of 55 is more than 1 box. Are we touching boxes? Do we touch boxes? Because if I do touch boxes, it says 10,000. If I split the boxes, right, and put a dome on top of it, I actually have what you call R&R. Back to R&R again. Angel Heaven. So this is the bricks, the brick and mortar that we put together where our numbers come together. I get confused myself. Let me see if I can come back. I wanted to say a few more things. Isn't it funny the way a flower grows to full life in 1 season? Okay, ripe and full life, full and grown. Full equals to 24 and 27. Win a big red sun. 9 lives of the cat equaling to Mars in creation. Full. Grown equals to 25, okay, Earth's quarter, and reverse WN, as in win a big red sun, 7 times 2, 7 plus 2, will equal to this part over here. Double U and N equals to 77, Christ of Mars. Ripe and full grown equals to 27 and 21, which is the cube. This equals to the sun of Pluto, and Mars of Christ. Separation at 66. Separation at 66, and I have a reason for this, and I think it's the, hold on a second. Well, let's jump over that part, but separation at 66 is because we jump over 7. We have 7 on this side, 6 on this side. We count all the way down this way, then we count all the way down this way, and we have 6 above and 6 below. When you count down 6, okay, your separation is 666. This one is your 8th number, so we don't separate. 6 will separate through the gateway onto the 8th side. 8, 9. But the 9th one is now going to say 6 and 5 is the replication of 8 and 9 on the high side. 7 and 6, 6 and 7 come together like in the Olympics. We'll take it over here, the Alpha Omega design. 8 and 9 show up in 5 and 6. 5 and 4 is the sun. 5 and 6 will now create the high sky of the red sun. This becomes 5. This becomes 6. 6, 5. 365, ripe and full grown. Raphael, 7286, and a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching this video.